Hello, everyone. My name is Zusi, and this is the CSM Sprint update for December 9th, 2020. So I will start this update with a few general updates on Nkwashi content marketing. So the highlight of this sprint would be that we sent 2 Nkwashi weekly digests, and we started A/B testing to know what day works better. So the experiment 1 says Thursday over Friday, and we will run experiment 2 from tomorrow. In terms of content, the past newsletter has included house construction progress, some updates on promotions, as well as some updates on the AIR program. In terms of what really works in the newsletter, we noticed that the links that were clicked the most were related to house construction progress, especially the contractor interview. So you can see here a little report on the links clicked on the newsletter. So the challenges of this sprint would have been to actually measure the impact of the content marketing on the actual purchase of plots and floor plans at Nkwashi. In terms of the output, we had the Bupilo Marathon that ended with 40 runners. So you can see here a few pictures of the Bupilo Marathon taken by a runner. We had, just like I said, the 2 Nkwashi weekly digest, as well as promotions, in particular the rewards program, events, and more. So looking at the objective for next sprints, so it will be to work more closely with the Nkwashi sales and marketing department to really build some sort of sales funnel that would integrate both our activities and theirs, to have more synergy there and really see the impact of our content marketing on sales at Nkwashi. Another of my objective would be to work with Justin on an action plan to build more of a media presence for Double GDP, and hopefully to start a social media campaign targeting in the UK and the US. Dates on the AIR program. The highlights of this sprint would have been that the AIR program completed 3 art pieces for the rewards program winners. There has been a few payment delays, so we came up with a new wire transfer process to avoid future delays in payment. And we finally received equipment at Nkwashi. So 5 Acer laptops, a professional camera, a lens, and a mic. So here you can see flowers by the sculptors of the AIR program. Another challenge would be a few delays in getting materials, especially the paints, due to some like there's a shortage of materials. So Jenna is currently trying to figure this out. And another challenge would be slow internet. So the signal boosters are on their way from South Africa, but there's still a need for a router on site, and Jenna is currently working on it. In terms of the output of the sprint, we have the regular Instagram and Facebook content. There has also been a makeup tutorial event recorded at Nkwashi, as well as the weekly DJ nights. In terms of the objectives for next sprint, it will be to work with Julius on a Meet the Artist series. So that would all for me.
All right, thank you so much, Susie. I'll start sharing my screen now.
Great.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining our CSM Sprint update. My name is Mutale, and we'll take us through the voice of the client first. So these are voices of the clients that we've heard from this past sprint. So basically the first one was this is just some of them. So basically the first one I read is useful information. I didn't know you could purchase a house plan. I didn't know you could purchase a house plan and pay for it in 3 installments. So we had shared the floor plan article, or rather reshared the floor plan article with clients, just to kind of put out this information that you can actually pay for floor plans in 3 installments. And someone actually responded by saying that they didn't know that they could pay for it in 3 installments. So they were very happy for that kind of useful information. The second one was thank you. this is really useful and the kind of practical information that we need. Again, they're responding to the Did You Know article that we had sent out where we're describing the construction process and the financial assistance process as well. Um, Another one was how much would it be for these floor plans for a starter plot? And are you able to cost the construction of a double story on a starter plot? And then the second one was how can I have the app on my home screen? Kindly give me instructions on how to do this. So these are just some of the voices of the clients, and we do respond to these queries as well, especially in assisting clients in adding the Nkwashi app to their home screen as well. So when it comes to highlights of the sprint, one of the highlights was introducing a new contractor to clients. It had been a while since we had interviewed a new contractor at site from the past contractor that we had interviewed. So this one was pretty exciting. Um, Sharing of new metric ideas with the Nkwashi team as well, and hearing their perspective after we had shared these ideas. So this was kind of like a very fruitful meeting in whereby us as CSMs shared our new metric ideas with them, and to hear their perspective on it was actually very insightful, and it actually even propelled us to even meet up with the head of finance to kind of have him hear his perspective as well on where Nkwashi is kind of going, especially this coming year. So that was very, very insightful for all of us. Challenges was site, obviously the site is going to be closed due to the rainy season. We did receive our plot information, active clients who are currently paying, um, and we have to manually enter their plot information on the Nkwashi app, adding their plot types and their plot numbers as well. Um, Objectives for next sprint, obviously, we'll have to work closely with the financial department and Nkwashi just to make sure that we're all aligned on exactly what their budget is and maybe where we can kind of step in to help them, if at all. So this will be very looking forward to that. And also working with the sales team to get them to be more dedicated to providing information about the construction process and the financial assistance process, because at the moment only one person is able to kind of give out that information, and it would be, I think it would be a much faster efficient process if if the sales team in the showroom could kind of answer these general questions. So looking forward to also working with the head of that team and hearing her perspective as well in kind of leading that as well. So right now, I think I will hand it over to Penny.
Thank you, Mutale, for that. I will start sharing my screen here once you stop. Okay. So thank you so much again for joining our update. I will take it up from content for sales and marketing. The past sprint, we've reposted the contractor interview that Mutale mentioned about. And this is the fun thing about going after after my teammates is that they've probably mentioned a lot of what you're going to hear, but I'm sure there'll be some new things there. We also posted the Did You Know article, sent out the weekly newsletter, which is called the Nkwashi Digest. And for the upcoming sprint, we'll also have some short format videos on the Nkwashi residency program, which I'm sure will be out in the newsletter this week as we start our sprint. So that's actually in the next sprint. This is around the residency program, which is they apply for a free plot that Nkwashi has going on right now. And then the surveys that I explained in last week's update, we will finally be sending them out this coming sprint to our two audiences, which are clients that are currently constructing and then the clients that have finished plot payments. Some highlights for this sprint. The CSM sat down with the Nkwashi team. It was quite a productive meeting. Mutale has mentioned a bit about that. So I think that was pretty exciting to have them reciprocate the meeting and hear their views, etc., etc. And then also we had the rewards program winner, who is Sherry Wali, and you can read a bit more on her, even on the application as well. Some challenges for this past sprint. Still had to push to get the contacts for our survey, but managed to do that. Unfortunately, we didn't meet our deadline for sending out the survey. So that was a bit disappointing on our part. some of the outputs for this sprint, the contractor interview shared on the Nkwashi app and socials, in addition to the Did You Know article, and also how it reeled in some attention, as Zusi had already mentioned with the numbers. And goals for this coming sprint, we're quite excited about having a head of CS right now, and they'll be starting next in this coming sprint. So there'll be quite a lot of planning, syncing, alignment happening in the CS team. Having her meet having the head of CS meeting the Nkwashi team, etc., etc. In the coming sprint, we'll also be sending out the surveys, once that's one of our goals, continue building engagement with clients and customers, but also provide the updated and accurate plot information on the Nkwashi app accounts. And that is my update for this sprint. Join us again in 2 weeks, where we'll be giving updates on some of these goals that we've mentioned to you already. Yeah, that's from me. It's goodbye for now. Hey.
All right, everyone. Bye.